I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial just doing the Ultra Pinks. Hopefully, I'm going to try my hardest. Maybe I'll feature something from the greens. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see where this takes me. I don't... The problem is I don't really know what I'm trying to achieve today. I wanted to do one thing, but then my mind is telling me to do another thing, and I'm going to do the thing that my mind wants me to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to prime the lids using my Unearthly primer. My favorite primer right now for just getting makeup on the eye and keeping it on the eye and keeping it very pigmented. I love this stuff for that. This stuff dries basically clear once you kind of like rub it in. It stays tacky, which I like because I need it to stay tacky. I was actually thinking about doing a under the eye wing moment, and I don't know how that's going to turn out. So I'm thinking of just taking the shade Wildberry to start with on a liner brush and just starting to carve it out. And I think first things first, I needed to zoom you in. But my thought is, if I do an under wing, it would go something like that. And I haven't done the like an underwing makeup look in a long time, so I am stoked. Basically, I'm just taking that darkest color from the stack, which is Wildberry, and I'm just carefully placing it with as much pigment as possible on the eye, just real close to the lash line. Now I have to figure out, I need to get like the right shape. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure so for me, so for you guys at home, you're going to want to look right into your mirror as level as possible into your mirror. So I'm looking directly in my mirror. Okay. And you want to make sure that your eye is relaxed when you're doing this, especially if you have a hood. Like your eye has to be relaxed, right? So now I can kind of see here. This is what it looks like when I'm looking in the mirror. So you can kind of see without me obstructing the view. Keep my eye relaxed. And I'm kind of doing the outer V portion. I do want to trail it back into my upper lash line, connect it, I should say. I want to connect it to the lash line, but we're not going to bring it all the way over. We're only going to stop in this outer quarter and outer corner, both. I don't know. I don't know which one I said first. I can start intensifying the line I sketched out and just intensifying it more. I want to try to avoid using black again by making this darkest shade the first shade as like the base primary shade, or like, yeah, primary base color, something like that. And I'm gonna make sure it's almost to the inner half. It's basically tapering from the center half, getting slightly bigger here in the outer corner. So that way when I shut my eye, I have the pull. And I'm thinking I'm going to also pull just a touch, a slight point. On the inner corner, nothing too crazy. I want the focus, or the main drama, to be happening out here. So all you have to do at this point, and you could be very well ahead of me, or you could be behind at this point. I'm just making sure that everything looks seamless. I'm trying to fill any patches, things like that. I just want a very opaque base color before I start blending out the shadow. Okay. And we're going to drag her out for some added drama. I prefer more length than shorter length. It's just me. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Magenta with a pencil brush. And I'm just going to start packing that on top of the eyeshadow, like so. Can you see? And I'm just gonna end up creating like a gradient on the eye, or under the eye, I should say. Yeah, looking good so far. Very, very nice. You know what this is giving? It's giving kind of like My Chemical Romance. You guys know how like Gash came back from Urban Decay and it was like the iconic, what do they call it? Emo shade for the 2000s, whatever. So that's what I'm referencing. It kind of looks like that to me. Okay. So I'm just taking the next shade down called Vivid Pink and I'm just kind of placing that over the top. Cute. Hello, pigment. Okay. Yes, that is what I'm going for. I finally figured it out. I'm obsessed. It looks amazing. Trust the process. So I'm going to go back in with the liner shade again, which is Wild Berry. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm outlining the edge like so. And then I'm going to go back and stamp down magenta and blend. So I want the line to basically seamlessly blend into the pink. That is the goal. Trust the process. So basically, this is what I'm going for. This is how I want it to look. Now, I kind of want to do sparkle on the lid, like something nice and cutesy. I'm going to do a neutral on the top. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to do a neutral on top. You know what's really funny? It's like, do I own a neutral? Yes, I do. I have my 12th stack. I can use that. I'm over here like, do I own neutral eyeshadows? Okay, so I'm just going to take from the top stack the shade Curse, which is a matte neutral shade. And I'm just going to press that right up under the eyebrow very carefully. I just want to get rid of the tackiness from the eyeshadow primer that I used, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm just removing the tackiness. I'm adding down a nice base color for the whole lid. Good thing I bought this because now I have neutral eyeshadows. I didn't have neutrals before. Not many, at least. So I'm going to keep packing down that matte shade all over the lid. Then with another brush, like a flat type brush, I'm just going to get real close to that line work that I did to create the liner. And make sure I clean up the edge. I want to make sure I don't miss any spots. With a similar brush, I'm going to pick up the shade 666. And I'm going to line it kind of up where I created that inner corner angle. And I'm just going to kind of re-add in some dimension that I took away from my eye. So 666 is like a universally flattering taupe for people that are light to medium, I guess. I'm just going to do like so till it blends into nothing. And kind of a goal here that I'm trying to achieve is that I don't have like a flat base on my eye, like a flat one tone. I want to kind of add back, oh my god, add back in some of the edge I removed. So I'm kind of re-adding back in this inner corner situation. And I'm taking a clean brush and I'm just kind of buffing it together with the other shade. Okay, like so. So now you can kind of see that I have recreated like an inner type of fold happening, right? I'm just gonna take the next shade up in that stack. It's called Graves. And I'm just gonna add a touch more depth. Just a touch. And then go back into 666. Okay. Inner fold, and I kind of want to create that outer fold again. So I'm going to take 666 and marry it with that burgundy that I had there. And marry it into the liner a little bit. That's all I'm doing. Marrying the colors into the liner a little bit. I want to still keep it very controlled and very precise. That's the key here. Controlled and precise. So a lot of patting motions for control and precision. Denser brushes for control and precision. And then back in with the soft dome. Well, it's kind of like a domed brush that's kind of firm, but kind of soft. And I'm just kind of pressing all that out. Basically, we're going to keep going backwards and forwards until we have the desired shape. I'm just trying to recreate a little bit of that crease shape by using slightly cooler neutrals. I want to give the illusion that I have a hood that's a little higher, just because I think it's going to look good for this look. Now I kind of have the shape I'm going for. Cute, right? I think it looks cute so far. So you're at a point right now in the look where, well, I should say, I'm at the point, if you're following along, where you just want to perfect the halo on the eye. I'm trying to create like a soft darkness around the eye, just so I can create some shape on my eye, like so. And just pressing. That is exactly what it needed. So then all you have to do after this is just go backwards and forwards and fix all the pieces that you need to on your look. Like, I don't want there to be a gradient of gray from my little liner that I created. So I'm going to go back over it and pat the color back down. Like so. What I think I want to do is I want to play with a natural color. Oh my god, natural color on the lid. So I'm going to pick up the shade 12 Candles, and I'm just going to ever so slightly pat, like so. just where I left that openness. Keeps it neutral, keeps it pretty. It doesn't take away from the under eye. So what I think I'm going to do instead is take my, not the shade Sparkling. I don't want to use any of the other reds from this. I'm going to take Veil. Shades Veil. And I'm going to pick it up and press it in to my brow a little bit. Just a touch right there. Wow. I actually really like this 12th hour stack. This was a pretty nice shit. Good thing I own it. Okay, so I'm just kind of like applying that all over as a highlight here. Looks good. I'm gonna go back in and add this line again. And just intensify it a little bit. I'm just about done. I just want to show you what I am going to do to complete the eye look. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I kind of already did it on this side. It's very minimal. I haven't done anything different except add a little. I added black. I added a little black here just to make it more intense. Don't come for me. So what I did is I decided that I want to take the brush, fill it with the shimmer that I used for my brow bone, my nose, my chin, like my face highlight. But I want to follow that inner curvature. So I'm just going to like kind of stab myself in the eye and then just follow the roundness of that inner corner. And then take my finger and blend the edge. That's all I'm adding. Is just a little bit of that shimmer right there. Just so it adds a little bit more light. And it kind of does pinch the nose there a little bit, which I actually really, really like. So the last step is actually going to be applying the mascara, which I don't need to show you how to do that. I'm just going to come back with the finished look. Okay, guys, this is going to be the finished look. What do we think? It's definitely giving like business on the top, party on the bottom. That's kind of the vibe. I like it. It's different. I haven't done anything like this at all. I mean, I've done like a reverse cat eye situation, but I'm living for this like very long, it's like in my hairline. I like it. It's very, very cute. I like that I kept it very neutral, very simple, but that I didn't leave it a flat color. I think because I turned around and added dimension back into the eye where it was missing some of that dimension, it just kind of pulled the whole look together. I'm pleasantly shocked about how the stacks are, or what's the word that's the word. I'm pleasantly shocked about this situation. I wasn't sure how much I was actually gonna like these because I have the brunette palette. I have some of the other neutrals by Melt, and I don't really gravitate towards them as much as my other palettes. But this one's actually kind of nice because it comes with everything I need, like every single literal shade that I would need for any makeup look. It's neutrals, and then there's a warm tray in here for like a coppery moment, and then there's a duochrome one in there too. Isn't that amazing? And I would have never thought to put these two together, to be honest. Not because it's not correct, but because I was just kind of trying to focus just on using this guy, and then I was like, I need neutrals. So I popped this guy out, and I'm glad I did. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the notification bell so you don't miss an upload from me. Don't forget to check out the rest of my social media, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!